Rose Peterson. I'm a certified personal trainer, both in person and online, and a certified nutrition coach. I help moms locally in Las Vegas, Nevada, and all over the world shed the weight holding them back from becoming their most energetic and authentic version of themselves so they can go after their deepest desires alongside of motherhood. You can find me at fitandconfidentmoms.com. Today we're going to be talking about injuries. So are you wondering, should you still work out while you're injured, or how should you train while you're injured? My name is Coach Rose Peterson. I am a personal trainer and certified nutrition coach and founder of Fit and Confident Academy. If you're watching live, type live. And if you're watching the replay, type replay. I love to know when you guys are watching. And this helps me so much because it'll get this message out to who needs to see it. All right. It is National Pain Awareness Month. So I thought today would be a great day to talk about how to train while you're injured or dealing with any nagging pain. So if you are dealing with any nagging injuries or pain when you work out, I would love for you to type it in the comments. Let me know what you're struggling with so that maybe I can give you some tips offline, and we'll kind of talk about like whether I think you need to see your medical team, or maybe I can give you some tweaks or adjustments to what you're doing. So before I dig in and share my 3 do's and 3 don'ts of working out while you're injured, I want to start by saying this is not medical advice. Okay, so do not take this advice without first talking to your medical team if you're injured or you think you have an injury. Okay, so I'm going to start off with that caveat, is that if you are injured, you think something needs to be x-rayed, you need to get some eyes on it, go and do that before taking my advice. And I'll mention that throughout this talk as well. But today I'm going to give you some guidelines on the do's and don'ts, and also maybe help you prevent injuries while you're working out. So we're going to first start with the don'ts. And it surprises me a lot when people say their trainer or their coach have never gone over this with them. This is something I go over with all new clients. So my first don't is do not train through sharp pain. So if you're working out and all of a sudden you feel this sharp pain, that is a signal to stop what you're doing, because something is not right. We should never, ever train through a sharp pain. And if you are training with a coach or a personal trainer, then you need to tell them that you're experiencing this sharp pain. I know sometimes if you're in a group environment or a class, you may be embarrassed or you're shy to like speak up in front of everybody, but it's really important to speak up, because that coach or trainer doesn't know what's going on. They don't know why you're not participating. They may be able to help investigate what's going on, what's causing this sharp pain. So the don't number 1 is do not ever train through sharp pain. Okay. My don't number 2 is, and I kind of touched on this, don't be afraid to speak up and ask questions. So if you're not sure if you're performing the movement right, or something doesn't feel right, or your knee is hurting, your elbow is hurting, most likely you just need a small tweak or cue to change the way you're doing the movement, because exercise should not cause pain. So don't be afraid to speak up and ask questions. All right. Now, my next tip, or my next don't. Okay. So for some of you guys watching, if you have a long training history or you've been working out for years, it's part of your routine, that is awesome. And some of us have maybe nagging injuries. Maybe we have nagging pain, or we have a shoulder that feels tweaky, or we have a knee that is creaky, or an elbow that kind of gives us pain. Don't push through that pain until it's absolutely unbearable, because that is a ticket to not being able to do another workout. So if you have some kind of, for much longer than a day or two, okay? So if you have some nagging injuries that you're struggling with, this might be a good idea to book an appointment with a physical therapist, book an appointment with a professional to see what is causing that nagging injury and help give you tools to heal, okay? The other possibility is that you might need to take time off from working out the injured area for a short amount of time. So, meaning, I have a story for you actually. I was really on this kick of I wanted to achieve my first body weight chin up. And for those of you guys that don't know, like when you're a new exerciser, sometimes you are holding on to things with like a death grip, right? Especially when you're doing a chin up, you're pulling and working so hard to get that chin up. Well, because I was doing a lot of volume of chin ups over several weeks, just really every day practicing that chin up, want to get that first body weight chin up. Eventually, what was happening is I got tennis elbow inadvertently. And knowing what I know now, what had happened is from squeezing the bar and pulling up, and then I'm doing other workouts like squeezing dumbbells too hard or squeezing barbells too hard, that triggers this little muscle on the outside of your elbow. And I did feel some mild pain, but I just kept training through it. I kind of ignored it, thinking, sometimes when you train, there is some mild pain. But I kept pushing through it until I could no longer tolerate it. And that's actually not something I would recommend to anybody. So the next day I could not even pick up a coffee cup. I couldn't turn a doorknob. Obviously this did not happen overnight. I saw this coming over weeks. Over weeks, I just like had this nagging pain and it was frustrating, but I was like, I'm just going to keep doing it until I couldn't do it anymore. And then I could not do anything for about 2 or 3 weeks with that arm. It got to the point where I couldn't brush my hair. I couldn't use a blow dryer. Thanks, Charles. And it's one of those things where we do not, yes, we want to keep training, but we don't want to ignore any nagging injuries. If something's not going away, we need to pay attention to that. What is going on? Okay. Now there's solutions to this, and that's why we're going to go to the 3 do's. Okay. So number 1, do get your form evaluated. All right. So sometimes what's causing these nagging pains or nagging injuries is not doing the movement with correct technique for a long period of time. So it's not going to happen like if you do incorrect technique 1 or 2 times or 3 times, you're not going to get pain. But it's over months and a long period of time, most likely that you've been doing it incorrectly, that now you're seeing these nagging injuries come up because right as you get stronger, you're just going to start lifting heavier, and then we have more stress on the joint or whatever it is in pain. So do get your form evaluated. If you're in a class, like I said before, don't be afraid to speak up, ask questions. Maybe at the end of class, you can tell the instructor or the trainer that you're working with, hey, I've been having this nagging knee pain when I do squats. Actually, that's my favorite thing to evaluate. So if you would love for me to evaluate your squat, type in the comments squat, and I will love to review your video. And a lot of times when I have a client that has this nagging knee pain during squats, they just need to make a small tweak to their stance on how they're standing. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I have never been able to squat without pain. And for the first time ever, I am working with you. And now I have no pain when I squat. So a lot of times it's just tweaking your technique or teaching you something that has never been taught to you before, because maybe you just weren't working with the right person. So my first do is do get your form evaluated, because likely it's a lot of reps over time done with incorrect technique that is causing a nagging injury. Okay. My do number 2, so this is your do while you're injured, is do continue to exercise other areas that are not injured. So the worst thing you can do when you're injured is do nothing. It's to sit on the couch, skip your exercise until you're completely healed. That is going to, one, set back your progress, right? Because now let's just say, like my story, for example, I had an elbow that wasn't working well. I had that injury that I had to take a couple of weeks off for that to heal. I would, one, I'd get kind of depressed from sitting at home and not doing anything. But 2, doing some kind of movement with the non-injured areas is going to help increase blood flow. It's going to deliver nutrients to the injured area, and you are going to heal quicker. Okay, so we do want to continue to exercise and work out the non-injured areas, and that is going to aid in the healing of the injured area. Okay, so during that time, I still did lower body workouts. I still did everything I could that would not aggravate my elbow. So do continue to exercise other areas that are not injured. Okay. And then my last do is hire a personal trainer. I think that working with a trainer, either for a few sessions or even long-term, is super beneficial to the growth of you being able to work out as long as possible, right? We want to work out until we can no longer physically move so that we're active and strong and fit to be able to do the things we want to do for the rest of our lives, right? Some of us may have a weight loss goal, but let's think 20, 30, 40 years down the line. We want to be as active as possible. We want to be involved in our grandkids' lives. Maybe we want to travel to places that is going to need us to have some stamina. So hiring a personal trainer can, even if it's just for a few sessions, can really teach you how to move correctly so that you can enjoy a lifelong endeavor of fitness, lifelong endeavor of being active. So hire a personal trainer. Again, like, you don't have to hire me. If you do, that's awesome. But maybe whether that's virtual or in person, having someone take a look at your technique is crucial. So, and then if any of my clients are watching, a reminder that you can send me unlimited video for review. So make sure you guys are sending me those videos inside the app that you guys have or using our messaging app that we have. And I am always happy to get your guys' videos and cheer you on. And as a matter of fact, last week I got 2 videos, which were awesome. I had some celebrated my client, Mike, who got several feet elevated push-ups, which is awesome. And then I also celebrated Melissa, who got 2 body weight chin-ups. Awesome, right? We've been working together for maybe about 6 months, and she scored her first chin-ups ever in her life from working with me. So keep sending those videos if my clients are watching. I love, love, love seeing them. So those are my 3 do's and 3 don'ts. I'm going to wrap them up really quickly. And if you want to get started training and you don't know where to start, I encourage you to download my free workout. It's a 21-day workout that's perfect for if you're traveling, if you need a workout to do in the office, if you need a quick one, if you're home with the kids and you just got 10 minutes. This is 10 minutes a day with ab workout sprinkled in there as well. You just got to go to 21day.fit and you'll get my 10-minute strength training workouts. It will give you that energy boost, metabolism boost, because we're working on putting on muscle. And it's something that beginners and seasoned exercisers can do. Always want to have a plan when we work out. This is the plan for you. So make sure you go to 21day.fit for your free workout. And if you want me to review your form, I will do one for free for you guys. So send me those videos, send me a little message, say, hey, Rose, this movement, I'm not sure if it could be better. Send me that video. I'll be happy to review it for you. So as a quick wrap up, these are your 3 do's and 3 don'ts of training through pain, with the caveat that you should always check with your medical team when you are injured. Okay, so the 3 don'ts are: do not train through sharp pain. Don't be afraid to speak up and ask questions. Don't push through the pain of a nagging injury until it's absolutely unbearable and then you can't do anything else. Those are my 3 don'ts. And then 3 do's are: do get your form evaluated. Do continue to exercise other areas that are not injured so that we can heal quicker, faster, and not lose progress. And my last do is do hire a personal trainer, someone that could both help you tweak your technique so it's better, but also help you motivate you to keep training and help push you with those goals. So until next time, this is Coach Rose reminding you that it's all about me in 2023, me as in you. Go out there and make it happen. Bye-bye.